Hi guys, I am Goddess Grain and I teach you how to create the life you desire. Today I am going to talk about what to do when things just aren't working out. What to do when it seems like everything is not working out the way you plan. The first thing is to understand that everything is just based on our definition and perception. Ultimately, you want to get yourself to a place where you're perceiving things as always working out for you. But when you're starting this process of transforming your life and creating the life that you desire, what happens is that you still have your old beliefs and your old patterns and your old techniques, and you're still looking at things in life and defining things the old way. So it's going to take a little bit of time for you to start to move to your new patterns and to move to your new way of defining and perceiving the world around you. Everything is up to your perception and your definition. Usually when we're creating something, if you're creating the love life that you desire, if you're creating the financial abundance that you desire, if you're creating a life of passion, a life of love and beautiful people and beautiful things and adventure or exploration, you will start to find out that your mind has a way of thinking about things and perceiving and seeing the world. Your mind wants things to work out in a very linear way. Your mind is believing that if you do a certain action a certain number of times, a certain way, it's going to give you this particular result. So we start doing everything that we're taught or everything that we felt had worked in the past. We start trying to repeat the same action, the same motion, the same movements, the same everything, hoping and sometimes insisting that we get the same results that we got the last time. Now, a lot of times this can work out perfectly and everything can just go really well, but then there's just some times where it just seems like it's not going the way that we want it to or the way that we expect it to. Usually what happens to most people is when things start to come up that seem like hindrances or seem like an obstacle or a problem or something negative in the moment, a lot of us define it negatively and we start going on something that is known as a downward spiral. An emotional downward spiral is when you first instinctively react to whatever is happening in your practice negative way. Whatever action you take the moment your perceived negativity is happening is the action you're going to keep taking. So let's say you're working on some deal or you're starting something new with someone or you're starting a new relationship and something happens that is not exactly in line with what you're used to, your instinct is going to kick in and it's going to tell you that this is a red flag and that something has gone wrong and something is not right. And as humans, our first instinct is to believe that something is wrong with us, something is wrong with the other, something is wrong with the thing or whatever it is we're creating, or something is wrong in the reality that we're in, or something is wrong with the technique, or something is wrong somewhere. And from this perception of seeing things as being wrong, we start to take it on ourselves or on the other. Now, people that take it on the other will lash out, get negative, push away, really react in a very, exaggerated physical way. And people that take it on themselves will withdraw within themselves. They will sort of go into a shell, or they will start to think that it's something that's lacking on their end. It's something about them that is wrong. It's something that they've done, that they are inadequate or unworthy or wrong, or just don't know how to do whatever the thing is that they're trying to get done. And with this mindset, we start to have feelings of anger, blame, insecurity, lack of self-worth, lack of worthiness, lack of confidence, guilt, fear that we might never succeed, that we might never have what it is that we desire, and shame that we're just not good enough and that we're not right or that something is wrong with us. We start to experience these emotions once this thing comes up. And a lot of the times when this negative experience just pops up in our experience, our mind typically likes to go back to whatever records it has of a similar experience that has created that same emotion. So with every emotion you have within you, your brain has collected images that have triggered that same emotion, just sort of reminding you of those instances so that it can calculate your best move at that point in time. And usually the best move would be one to protect you. It will be one of survival, and you try to fix things, change yourself, change the other. You just try to do something to make it go away or fix whatever you're seeing as the problem in the moment. Now, once you start transforming your life and you're on this spiritual journey and you start to understand that there's a lot more going on than what your linear mind is doing and the actions that you're taking day to day, that there's a lot more higher energy. There's also doing most of the fine tuning and a lot of the work to help us get to what we want and to answer to all of our desires. We just have to understand how to work with it and how to listen to it and how to be very involved in the creation process so we can feel more empowered and feel more in tune with ourselves. So when this thing happens that is not going your way, notice yourself react and start to go on a downward spiral of anger, fear, shame, guilt, unworthiness, or lack of some sort. Notice this downward spiral and allow yourself to have it. You're just repeating what you've always thought about this circumstance. That's all that's happening. So once you become aware of this, you can step way ahead of what you're perceiving. You understand that you're just the one that's just doing an automatic reaction to this. And give yourself the time that you need to either come back in your excitement level or get to a place where you can forgive yourself and forgive others once this thing has passed and you've allowed yourself to process it properly. But you have to process it with the intention to get back to a place where you're feeling positive within yourself. You're feeling back excited, abundant, and knowing that everything is working out for you. So notice your pattern, notice your downward spiral or whatever reaction that you have or automatic action that you have so that you can start working to get yourself back to a place of positivity. Ultimately, you want to be in a positive state throughout the entire creation process. That brings me to the second thing. The second thing is knowing the emotional states that you want to experience during the process of creating this. If your desire is to open your own gym because you have a passion for fitness and health and well-being, and this is what you want to create in your life, this is what you're envisioning, this is what you're manifesting, you're going to notice that there is a dominant emotional state that you want to experience by being an owner of a fitness industry or gym or chain or whatever the case might be. Once you can identify this dominant emotion that you want to experience, maybe you want to have the feeling of confidence in your own ability to complete what it is that you've set out to do. Or maybe you just want to experience the feeling of being a leader of something in abundance that is successful. Whatever it is, identify that core emotion that is the emotion that you want to experience in this manifestation. Once you have that core emotion and you really focus there, what happens is that whenever your emotional state deviates from this core emotion, you're going to notice that something has gone wrong. And then you're going to notice that the way you're perceiving, identifying, and reacting to what it is that isn't going your way right now is not the way you want to react or feel during the process. You already know the dominant way you want to feel. So once anything is off that main emotion, you can tell yourself that you need to start doing something to get yourself back to a place where you're feeling the dominant emotion you want to experience throughout the creation of what you desire. Ultimately, we're all going to be in a state where we're continuously creating something. We're creating a partner, we're creating abundance. We might even want to create a healthier lifestyle. We might want to create peace of mind, anything. And all throughout our lives, we will be constantly creating new things. We're powerful creators. This is what we're here to do. So we'll always be in that state where something is in the process of manifesting. So if you're not in control of your emotional state while you're doing this, you're going to find that you easily be triggered by circumstances, people, negative definitions, negative thoughts, negative words, anything. Anything can easily trigger you and cause you to go in a downward spiral again, or negatively react, or feel like a failure, etc. You want to be empowered. You want to be the one that has power over circumstances and things that are happening. Once you're in this state, you can start to really enjoy the process of creating. And whether things are going the way you want or is temporarily not going the way you want, you're still in control of your emotional state. You're still happy. You're still feeling successful. You're still enjoying your day-to-day. You're still enjoying your peace of mind. You're still enjoying your well-being and all the good things that are in life for us to enjoy. Nothing in the external world that is temporarily not the way we want is having enough power to cause us to experience or have a shortening of the life experience. You want to have a full, good, happy, abundant life throughout the process, each and every single day. Things come and they go. It doesn't last forever. You can control how you're experiencing your life. Now, there are a list of things that are the reason that things are not working out in the moment. One of the main things is there is something in the universe called a catalyst. And a catalyst is something that is serving to move you in a different direction. Now, moving through time and space, sometimes if we're moving from a certain feeling state, maybe moving from somewhere that is usually a nice temperature, and we move into something that is of scorching heat that can be very detrimental to our well-being. Our senses are going to tell us in the form of a negative feeling that the direction that you're moving in is not going to be beneficial for you. This is not where you want to go. And then we're going to feel that sensation of heat, and then we're going to redirect ourselves and move in a different direction. So that's the same thing that happens when you're creating your life, when you're creating anything. That's the same thing that happens when you're manifesting. Something's going to happen and it's going to feel negative in the moment, and you're going to feel like a failure, but it's just a catalyst. It's just something telling you that the direction you're going in right now is not the direction you should be going in. You need to move in a different way. So it's going to feel negative. It's going to feel bad. That's just an indicator that make a different turn, go a different direction. That's that feeling bad. It's nothing more than that. So catalysts just serve to help redirect us from whatever course we're on that is not really serving us and move us to a course that's really going to serve us. I'm sure you've had circumstances in your past and in your life where, looking back today, you can see how it has served you. You can see how you might have been defining it in a negative way before. You might have been defining it in a negative way as it was happening. But as time has gone, and if you are appreciating where you are right here and now, you also have to appreciate all the things that have happened in the past. Same goes for the negative things in the past. If you appreciate where you are here and now, all the things that led to you being here and now have to be appreciated because it was a part of the process. So if you're appreciating in the moment and practicing appreciation in the moment, everything behind you that you couldn't figure out, or that you still had resentment towards, or you still had blame or anger, whatever the case might be, you start to accept it because you understand that it has brought you to this time and place where you are appreciating your life. So these past events and situations and circumstances were also catalysts. These were the catalysts that brought you here and now. So now that you're creating, you're going to experience catalyst here today. Remembering the old catalyst will help you really accept and integrate the catalyst that you're having in your life today. And when you experience these catalysts, you can really get yourself back to a place of positivity and not allowing it to take you over, overwhelm you, or change your emotional state. Knowing what a catalyst is really helps you make use of what it is and listen to the guidance you're receiving right away. The second reason something might happen that looks like it's not going our way is because our consciousness needs more information. Our higher self, or the divine energy in all that is guiding us throughout this process, wants us to have certain information that is not included in our consciousness yet. Without this information, we will not be able to get to the results that we're trying to get to. We will not be able to manifest what we want because there's still pieces of the puzzle missing in our consciousness. You can also say that this is something that we need to learn in order to become a little bit more aware, or a little bit more intelligent, or more perceptive, or just better overall, so that we become the person that we need to be in order to manifest what it is that we desire. So the divine energy of all is just guiding us to certain situations so that we can understand new things, so we can include new information into our consciousness. Once you understand this, you can easily lift yourself up from the negativity, use it in a way that will benefit you, and move on with your creation process. The third reason something negative might happen while you're creating your life is that you just need to free your consciousness of some things. You might have belief systems or belief patterns and mentalities of seeing certain things and certain circumstances and certain people, and you need certain experiences that are going to appear negative in order to free you from that perception that you're carrying. Not to say that you are not entitled to whatever ideas and belief systems that you want. You are. But when you want to create something, you have to understand that there are belief systems that support creating that desire or manifestation. If you don't have the right belief systems to support it, you can't create it. So there might be belief systems that you're having, that you've used to create the old versions of you, that you've used to manifest old things, and those belief systems no longer work when you're trying to create this new thing. So you have to be flexible enough mentally to let consciousness show you that your thought patterns on certain subjects are not serving you, and you need to remove this way of thinking from your mind. You need to be more aware. You need to be maybe more open-minded. You need to be slightly different in your consciousness and in your way of using your thoughts in order to be the person that can manifest something like this. In other words, you need to free your mind a little bit more. So the different reasons that some negative things might happen while you're creating what you want or trying to manifest are: it could be a catalyst, or your consciousness needs certain information that you did not have before, or your consciousness wants you to eliminate certain information that is not going to support the state of mind that's going to help you create what you want to manifest next. Knowing this about creating the life you desire, understanding that you're on a journey and that it's up to your perception and definition, and understanding that you ultimately want to be the one that has power over what you're creating. You don't want it to have power over you. So whenever things aren't going perfectly in the moment, you can understand that this is just part of the creation process. You're not really going to let it affect your energy or emotional state. You're going to keep enjoying your life, keep allowing yourself to be in a space of well-being as you continue on the creation process. And lastly, one of the best things that will support you while you're doing this is your anchors. I talk about the anchors in a lot of my previous videos. Your anchors are meditation, appreciation, highest excitement, and visualization. So when this thing happens and it feels like everything is not going your way and you're not getting a break and things are just not falling into place, and you understand exactly what is going on, why it's going on, if you're going on a downward spiral and you understand that you want to be in a positive emotional state throughout the process. Now you can use your anchors to support you to get back to a place of positivity. Meditate to slow down your mind from the previous automatic thought patterns, the previous automatic responses to that same circumstance. Slow down your mind from this so that the next time it'll be easier for you to make a different mental choice if you see the same thing or have the same experience. Visualize so that you can start creating that version of you that has a more positive response to circumstances not going his or her way. Appreciate. Appreciation is going to bring your energy back to appreciating the here and now. If you're appreciating what is here and now, everything that is happening here and now and everything that has happened prior will also be appreciated by you, because it can only make sense if you are appreciating here and now. Your past can only be appreciated if you appreciate here and now. Your future is only going to be appreciated if you already appreciate here and now, because your past, your now, your future is all the same and it's all connected. So appreciate here and now, and you're going to keep yourself sustained in the state of appreciation while you're having this experience during your creation process. Lastly, it's your highest excitement. Once these things happening in the external world, they make us perceive things like things are not working out, you have to just condition yourself to instantly going to the next exciting thing. You want to practice that state of being, of still being excited even though things are appearing like they are not working out. Once you're in this state, you start to condition yourself to a person that is always feeling positive. Now, this positive state is going to help you continue to do the things that you need to do to see your creation through. It's not all going to be easy, but you have to maintain a good amount of emotional, mental strength to become the person that manifests everything that they desire. Staying positive, excited is key. I love you. I appreciate you. I am Goddess Green. Namaste.